Hello, welcome to Gopala Astrology channel. Today I will be talking about ascendant or Lagna, the importance of ascendant in the horoscope charts, as well as I will be trying to compare the zodiacal sign Rashi, the moon sign Rashi, as well as the Lagna. That means when to apply the Lagna and when to apply the Rashi, depending on the circumstances, what is best one to get the results. That's what I'm going to be talking today. Thank you. Okay, let's go to the today's video. Okay, I'm going to be talking about the importance of Lagna here, and then a little bit of definition of Rashi and Lagna differences. All right. What exactly is the meaning of Lagna here? Lagna is that zodiacal sign or the Rashi that is rising in the eastern horizon at any given point of time. Okay, and location. So, given point of time and location is very important on Earth, right? It can be anywhere. You can go to the equator or you can go to the North Pole, and then you look into the eastern direction, and that's going to give the Lagna. I will explain to you in more detail. If you really take the ancient text of Vedic astrology, you can even see the definition of Lagna, something like it's the first moment of contact between the soul and then the new life that is getting created on planet Earth. It's very simple to understand. Anything that is newly going to start is actually called Lagna. Okay, let's try to understand this simulation very clearly here. Okay, the Earth is spinning from east to west, something like this, at any given point of time. Suppose I'm going to draw a tangent to the eastern horizon. Okay, in one of my previous videos, I had explained how the zodiacal signs are going to be there as Bachakra around the Earth, right? So wherever the tangent is going to hit that Bachakra portion in the eastern horizon is going to be the Lagna. Very simple to understand. It's very simple definition. So why east? The east is because the Earth is spinning from east to west, and always whenever I draw a tangent, that line of force is going to always go in the eastern direction. Of course, Earth is tilted with 23.5 degrees, and it's understandable. Something like this. Suppose you are living in United States. If it is in New York, a baby is born. At any given point of time, I'm going to draw a tangent to the eastern horizon, and you can see that Capricorn in this case is actually the rising sign, okay, or the Lagna. So it can be anywhere. Imagine after a while the Earth is going to spin, and instead of New York, it may become Seattle, for example. So at that time, we could have a rising sign of Scorpio. Okay, please understand that there are 12 zodiacal signs, and we have every 2 hours the as the Earth is spinning, the zodiacal signs are changing and changing and changing constantly in the eastern horizon. So we are mainly focusing on the eastern horizon. All right. So something like this, okay? In the morning, when the sun rises in the eastern horizon, you can see that will be the actual starting part of the Lagna for that day, okay? As the time progresses, if you are an observer here, you'll see that in the eastern horizon, the sun is always rising. And as the Earth tilts in its spins in its axis, you will see that the things are going to change. And when it becomes evening, when it is the sun setting time, the sun would have gone to the western horizon, right? So in the eastern horizon, something else will be rising. It depends on the month and time. Everything is varying. Every 2 hours, roughly, we can expect a new zodiacal sign in the eastern horizon. All right. Now, in the South Indian format, we typically put it in the box form like this, in a squarish box form. In the North Indian format, we make a diamond chart. It's actually commonly called as diamond chart, all right? The Lagna or the ascendant in the South Indian form, we will just draw 2 lines, something like this, in the top left-hand top corner of that box. So here the ascendant is first house of Capricorn, okay, and whereas here the ascendant or Lagna in the North Indian format will be always in the apex of the diamond shape. Always the first house or the Lagna is seen in the top portion. All right. So it's the same thing. Actually, everything is exactly the same. Instead of writing in the form of a box, North Indians like to write it in the form of a diamond chart. Okay. It is easy to understand because all the quadrants, okay, these four quadrants are very, very important, and they are the ones which will be directly seen for interpreting the Kendra Sthanas. Okay. That's the reason why it is being put in this manner. It's very convenient to see what are the Kendra Sthanas. I will tell you, if you are not understanding what is Kendra Sthanas, I will be doing some more videos on that in the later stages. All right. So this is the ascendant and this is the ascendant. It's exactly the same thing. All right. Now, what we can say, the horoscope can be done for any entity that is born. For example, India was born literally on 15th August 1947, the midnight, right? 0000 hours, New Delhi. So when we take the cosmic photograph of the sky at that point of time and plot a horoscope, we get a chart something like this. This is what is the India's chart. We have a birth of India. See, the country Bharat was there for time immemorial, but the moment the British declared that India is a democratic country, India is independent country now, and from that point of time, a new entity called India is born again as an independent country. Okay, so there was a transfer of power from the British, and that's where we can put a Lagna there. It comes to be the Vrishabha Lagna or the Taurus Lagna. And this is the horoscope of India. It can be the same for United States. For example, if you go back to the 4th July 1776, so this was declared in the state of Philadelphia. So the United States was born, and you can see that the Lagna is Simha Lagna or the Leo ascendant. So for any country or any entity, any event that we are going to have, we can draw the Lagna or the ascendant, even the marriage. Right? Marriage will be declared, okay, you need to have this marriage ceremony that's being performed within a particular Mahurta or the Lagna. So they will always choose a auspicious Lagna, and then the priest will guide you that you need to have the marriage done in this particular period of time that will be auspicious. All right. And there could be another negative part of this. For example, there was a tsunami that happened on the 26th of December 2004. It was a very disastrous event. And you can see at that point of time, when you take a cosmic photograph of the zodiac and plot the Lagna, you can see that there is a Sagittarius Lagna that was going on. It happened on a full moon day. See, in one of the previous videos, I had told you very clearly the moon has a lot of affinity towards water. So whenever this type of disastrous events are going to happen, it can happen either on a full moon day or when the moon is in the very strong position in the chart. Okay, so what do we understand from this? Lagna is something very, very important to indicate the birth of something. Okay, it can be for anything. The Lagna will be there for even a bacteria or even a human being. Whatever is born will have Lagna. All right. Now, what is the difference between the Lagna and the Rashis? That's what we need to understand. Lagna and Rashi. Many people in India, we are very familiar with the word Rashi. So actually the word Rashi means it is the moon sign, the lunar sign. Why we give a lot of importance to moon sign? Because the moon is the most nearest heavenly body to Earth, and its magnetic influence is very strong. All right. So with that background, let's try to understand in this particular chart. For example, there is some random chart. I've just taken it. Okay. So here, AS or the ascendant is Taurus. Okay. And this is where must have been rising sign in the eastern horizon when this particular baby was born. All right. And then wherever the moon resides at that point of time, okay, in the horoscope chart, we call that as Rashi or the moon sign. Now, at what point of time I'm going to use Rashi? At what point of time I'm going to use Lagna? So, what is the main difference? Both are very important. Sometimes we call moon sign as Indu Lagna also. That is the moon ascendant also. There is a difference. So, what is the difference here? So, Lagna is applicable to the entire body, whereas the Rashi is mainly applicable to the mind, the thought process that we have. all the time. So it's an event like Sade Sati, or the 7.5 years of Saturn. In Tamil, we call it as Elra Sani, right? So when you want to understand the Elra Sani, or the Sade Sati of Saturn, or the 7.5 years of Saturn, we will try to understand with Rashi, because the thought process is very important. So the thought process is always affected by Saturn during that 7.5 years cycle. Whereas the events which generally happens in person's life is always seen through Lagna. Okay, so the Lagna has to be given importance for certain events that happens on a day-to-day basis, whereas key points like the studying of position of Guru Balam, or the Jupiter Balam, Shani Balam, Rahu Balam, and so on and so forth, we will try to use Rashi. That's the main difference between Lagna and Rashi. So we have come to the end of this video. If you have any questions, please type it up in the comment section. I'll be making more and more videos here, so please subscribe to my channel, and you will be constantly updated with more and more knowledge about Vedic astrology. Thank you very much.